What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with another video. And I normally, like I said, I don't do videos about this. My channel is normally about video games, and this is my second. Sorry, this is the second video that I've done about this something on this topic. As far as racism, my first video was I did that about Trayvon Martin, and it's really, if you guys don't know, it's all over the media. This whole thing with Donald Sterling. You guys don't know who he is. He is the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers. He went on a very racist rant with his girlfriend, his black girlfriend, which is she's Mexican and black, but she looks like. But it's sad to say that even the world that we live in 2014 with a black president, that this type of behavior and thoughts and still exists. I'm gonna let you guys hear the combo, then I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna play some of it, and then I'm gonna talk about it, give my opinion, and tell you about something how I experience racism in my own life. Even as far as my YouTube channel, some of you guys don't like what I say about a certain piece of plastic, and you guys resort to calling me racist names. It doesn't bother me, like I said, but I just think it shows your ignorance at the end of the day. Like, we're all people. You guys don't know, shit, my grandfather's white. Black man with freckles. I'm just being real. So, like I said, I'm a gamer. I have everything. I play on everything. You know what I mean? Just because I prefer one platform over the other. Some of you dumb motherfuckers resort to racial rants. Maybe I'm gonna let you hear some of this audio, and then I'm going to tell you how I experience racism in my own life. Like I said, this is, and guess what? Everything I'm telling you guys, the God's honest truth, and it is what it is. But listen to this shit here.
I wish I can change the color of my skin.
That isn't the issue. You missed the issue.
What's the issue?
The issue is we don't have to broadcast it.
I'm not broadcasting anything. I don't do anything wrong.
Nobody said you did anything wrong.
I don't do anything wrong. If we ever have any issues, it's because people call you and tell you things about me that are not
Why are
true.
you broadcasting?
I'm not broadcasting
Why are you
anything.
taking pictures with minorities? Why?
What's wrong with minorities? What's wrong with black people?
Nothing.
What's wrong with these
It's like
families?
talking to an enemy. There's nothing wrong with minorities.
They're
They're
talking to
fabulous.
an enemy.
Fabulous. Because you're an enemy to me.
Why?
Because you don't understand.
I don't understand what.
Nothing.
That racism still is alive?
No, but there's a culture.
What culture?
People steal certain things. Hispanics steal
That's
certain
not a
things
culture.
towards blacks.
Hold up, let me say this.
Black.
Racism is not a culture. That's ignorance. That's not a culture. This is in 1857. It's 2014. We have a black fucking president. Racism and stuff like bigotry, that's not a culture. That's you being fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, let's listen to this guy. And the black,
Steal certain things towards other groups. It's been that way historically, and it will always be that way.
But it's not that way in my heart and in my mind.
But maybe you want to adjust to the world.
But why? If the world doesn't do anything for me and they don't make me happy.
You're right. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to argue.
I can't be racist in my heart.
And that's good. I'm living in a culture, and I have to live within the culture. So that's the way it is. That's all. I got it. I got the whole message. You live with your heart.
I don't. You're.
You can't be flexible. You can.
I am flexible. I understand that that's the way you were raised and that's your culture, and I'm respectful and
Why do you have to disrespect them? Those are.
Who am I disrespecting?
The world before you.
Why am I disrespecting them?
By walking, you're perceived as either a Latina or a white girl. Why should you be walking publicly with black people? Why? Is there a benefit to you?
Is it a benefit to me? Does it matter if they're white or blue or yellow?
I guess that you don't know that. Maybe you're stupid. Maybe you don't know what people think of you. It does matter, yeah. It matters.
Do you know that I'm mixed?
No, I don't know.
You know that I'm mixed.
You told me you were going to remove those. You said, yes, I understand you. I mean, you change from day to day. Wow. So painful. Wow.
People call you and tell you that I have black people on my Instagram, and it bothers you.
Yeah, it bothers me a lot that you want to broadcast that you're associating with black people. You don't have to.
You associate with black people.
I'm not you and you're not me. You're supposed to be a delicate white or a delicate Latina girl.
I'm a mixed girl.
Okay, well, but we
And you're in love with me. And I'm black and Mexican, whether you like it or not,
Okay.
whether the world accepts it or not. And you're asking me to remove something that's part of me and in my bloodstream because the world thinks different of me and you're afraid of what they're going to think because of your upbringing. You want me to have hate towards black people?
I don't want you to hate. That's what people do. They turn things around. I want you to love them privately. In your whole life, every day you could be with them. Every single day of your life.
But not in public?
But why publicize it on the Instagram and why bring it to my games?
Why bring the black people to the game?
I really don't want to discuss it anymore. It's over. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
I feel that way so strongly, and it may cause our relationship to just break apart. And if it does, it does. It's better to break apart now than to break apart later.
I'm sorry that you still have people around you that are full of racism and hate in their heart. I'm sorry that you're still racist in your heart. I'm sorry that you live in a world that's still...
How about your whole life? Every day, you could do whatever you want. You could sleep with them, you could bring them in, you could do whatever you want.
Listen, watch this shit.
The little I asked you is not to promote it on that and not to bring them to my games.
I don't bring anyone to the game.
Okay, then. There's nothing to argue about.
I know.
Okay, we got a big problem here. I really don't feel like going anywhere. I don't feel like going to Europe. I don't feel like just going to the whole thing. We got a big problem. You didn't like someone that I was with, I would stop seeing that person. And
I'm sorry, I don't have any more friends. What would you like me to do? Remove the skin color out of my skin?
is that a real issue, or are you making something up?
I mean, I just don't understand what the issue is.
There's nothing wrong with you or your skin color. Why are you saying these things? To upset me?
Sweetie, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, too. We made a giant mistake, both of us. Everything you say to me is so painful. Do I want you to change the color of your skin? You know how to really hurt somebody. And just instead of saying, I understand.
I don't understand how you can have so much hate towards minorities.
I don't have any hate. I love them.
I cannot understand
Why would you say
how a person like you who's elevated, who's here, still feels above the world, and you can't even be seen with someone in which is considered of a different skin
They
color.
can be with me all day long and all night long.
I can't believe that a man who's educated, a man who's a scholar, a man
Well,
who's...
believe it and stop talking about it. Let's finish our discussion with a period, okay? You're not making any good points. You can't believe this man. That's all I am. I'm not a good person in your eyes. If I was a good person, you wouldn't say, I can't believe this. I can't believe that.
What am I
Which are all lies. I love this.
Look at all this negativity coming from...
There's no negativity. I love everybody. I'm just saying, in your lousy Instagrams, you don't have to have yourself with walking with black people. You don't have to. If you want to, do it.
If it's white people, it's okay?
Wow.
If it was Larry Bird, would it have made a difference?
You're just a big fighter. I could see who would want to live with a woman like you. Who would want to live with a woman? All you ever wanted to do was fight. You're a born fighter.
Wow. He's talking about Magic Johnson. She took a picture with Magic Johnson.
I'm sorry that you're mad.
You're in the worst mouth.
Why are you so angry, honey? What's wrong?
Why would you bring up Larry Bird? What has he got to do with it? You can walk all night long with your sisters or your family.
I saw someone I admire. I admire Magic Johnson.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
He's made a lot of changes for his community, for the world, for the people, for the minorities. He's helped a lot of people.
Why are you forcing this down my throat? I'm finished talking to you. I have nothing more to say.
And I took a picture with someone I admire.
Good.
And he happens to be black, and I'm sorry.
I think it's nice that you admire him. I know him well, and he should be admired. And I'm just saying that it's too bad you can't admire him privately. And during your entire life, your whole life, admire him. Bring him here, feed him, him. I don't care. You can do anything. But don't put him on this event for the world has to see, so they have to call me. And don't bring him into my games, okay?
I don't know him personally.
Please leave me alone. Please, please.
Wow. Wow. And I'm sorry, folks. I wasn't planning on playing it whole. That's like 10 seconds left. I just wanted to, but I just every time I listen to it, this is sad. And it's just racism, bigotry. That's not a culture. That's a fucking sickness. You know what I mean? And it's sad to say in the world that we live. Like I said, me and myself. I'm gonna tell you something. God's honest truth. Um, I've been. Don't get me wrong. And me and my wife sometimes talk about this. I've been not saying all over the world, but I've traveled a lot of places in the world for me boxing. I've been, and I've been in different tournaments, and growing up, and I had this thing, and it's about white and black. But then, as I got older, and that's like I said, I started to travel. Me, I never really liked to fly, so I would catch the train. If the tournament was in Kentucky, the Silver Gloves or Kansas, I'm sorry, I would get on the train and I would leave for a couple of days, but I would catch the train. You know what I mean? That was just me. But this man, man, I really don't like to fly. Never did. So, but if you're catching a train, it goes through different states, and it may not take the scenic route. You may go through some communities, be behind like motherfuckers in certain parts of the Midwest, and I'm sorry, not Midwest, but down south, motherfuckers really shit outside, have outhouses, and I've met friends, through me boxing from down southern to southern states, Mississippi and all that type of shit like that, and real good friends, Ebo, my dude, you know what I mean? Junior Welty for that 139, my dude, you know what I mean? Um, but anyway, like I said, and I started to see things. I always thought it was like white and black. First of all, I thought there were more black people in the world than white people growing up, because all I see around me were black people. That's far not the truth. There's more white people in America than blacks by far. But anyway, I said it to say this. And I seen white people really homeless, like living outside, pissing and shitting outside, living off the land, out there hunting possum and raccoons and shit like that because they're poor. I mean, blonde hair, blue eyes. So I got this thought to say, you know what? America, I always said America don't care about black people. It's not really so much black people. America don't care about poor people. Because trust me, a rich white person don't want a poor white person living next to him. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But, not saying that racism is not alive, but this motherfucker here, this is a sickness. And I'm gonna tell you, like I said in the day, how I experienced some racism on my own, and you know, um, you guys know it's no secret. Like I've always said, I don't know why they think just because I'm not who I say I am because I was gainfully employed. I'm sorry. The only job I've ever had in my life, I worked at the Humane Society, and I got that job because it was a stipulation of my probation that I had to be gainfully employed. Never worked anywhere in my life. Um, Never had a job before, so I got this job, and I wasn't, like I said in the day. Um, what happened? What made me try to take the job seriously? I became. Thank you God for my boys' good looks at the time. I became very very friendly with my probation officer. This, I'm not gonna say her name. She's married. Me and her, had relations, and she told me she showed me a file. They had a file on me like this, And this one, Jersey started this whole gang unit. And that's one thing I've learned even from my father. I never used to talk on phone. I didn't give everybody my cell phone number. And they was trying to get your boy bad. I even noticed sometimes I would be walking to work. I didn't know at the time, but I got up and I would walking to work and this same car would follow me. Like I was me, I was a big walker. Had cars, but I just like to walk. I would leave my house from Hillside Avenue and walk all the way down to Fairfield Heights Avenue to the Humane Society of Newark, New Jersey. And I say that to say this. And she told me, listen, they're trying to, keep your nose clean. So my thing was, like I said, I was gonna finish my, my probation and just that and the other, then quit fuck this job. And it was making $7 an hour in 2001. So I went from making $7 an hour. I'm a big animal lover. I've always loved animals. You see, I got 2 cats, 2 dogs. I bought that rabbit. I see sometime in the background. Rabbit's about 14 years old. I got that rabbit for my wife when we first hooked up. We got together, and the rabbit's still fucking living. Go figure. But anyway, I said it to say this. Um, um, I was to work. I used to clean the cages, the animals. And I became the office. I was. They said I was good with customers. Get the gab, I can talk. So they put me in the office. Like I said, I can type, and so I learned fucking how to type in high school. Career ed. ASDF JKL semicolon. You know what I mean? So type my ass off. Sometimes you see some of them typos in my videos. They do for me just typing so fast and not paying attention. Maya, go sit down. Give Daddy 1 second. Go put your shirt on. Give me 1 second. Let me finish the video. Give me 1 second. So, make a long story short. So I went to work in the office, and and the director, her name is Roseanne Trezor, never had a problem. I heard a story about her being racist. They even had a problem with her. We had a doctor at Humane. I forgot his name, Dr. Evan or Dr. Green. She called the black doctor a nigger, and I think he took her to court, and big shit. This is the director, you know what I mean? Like for real, you know what I mean? Of a multi-million-dollar company called the black doctor a nigger. But like I said, I never seen that side of Roseanne. I never had a problem. So anyway, I became the supervisor, and at the time, I moved to Mattawan. So with the general manager, like the manager of the Tinton Falls Animal Shelter, Humane Society, he got fired. They didn't believe taking things from customers, but he came friendly with the customer, and the customer left all this property to Bruce and not to the Humane Society. So they had it out for him since then, and they found out he had people working on the man's property on the clock, so they got rid of him. So chance of a lifetime. Now I'm the big boss. Not only, like I said, my staff that cleaned, check it out now, I'm going to tie it all together. The staff that cleaned the cages, they were Mexican, and the staff under me were the doctors and all the drivers and all that stuff like that. They were white. Never really, not really. And at the Nork office, and the people that was in charge, they all were black. Like they said, never been written up. They never had a problem with me personally. Never had a problem at the Humane Society. You know what I mean? So it was a job that I was good at. Loved animals. I could save animals. I didn't save so many. I would go in these abandoned buildings, take out pit bulls, and so many dogs. Like I did a lot of good work at the Humane Society. I remember this one guy. Dog name was what the fuck the name? I think the dog name was Smokey Joe. Was a pit bull, and they never used to adopt out pit bulls at the Humane Society. I don't give a fuck. And Newark, they not down south because they thought all black people around Newark would fight dogs. You know what I mean? Like I'm just being really. This is the way that they think. People that fight dogs, those are dogs that are bred for that. It's not the shit you see in the shelters. Don't get me wrong. We may get some that are fucked up and that are skinny and people those are bait dogs. The motherfuckers that fight dogs, they've been training these motherfuckers since yay high. But make a long story short, but that was their thing, and they thought all fucking pit bulls are dangerous. So what I would do, I would take the pit bulls, because I don't give a fuck. The dog was 6 weeks old. Somebody would surrender him, they would put the motherfucker to sleep. 6 or puppy, and this is for years. So as I got a little bit more power or pull at the Humane Society, I would write these pits and friendly ones. I would write them as mixed labs and mixed boxers and adopt these motherfuckers out. So of course, check it out though. Now this is like I said, I've done a lot of good at the Humane Society. And of course, my day, I should be off on Wednesdays. Work 6 days a week there. Be off on Wednesdays. And they say, we got too many fucking pit bulls in the shelter and this, that, and the other. Zaire saving all these pit bulls. So, of course they say, so they had a meeting. So what I did, I put out the adoptions for the month of May and April. I may adopted out 400 dogs. Out of that 400 dogs, maybe 300 and about 89 of them were pits and mixed pits. 4 little mixed shepherds and the rest were small dogs. So I said to myself, these are the dogs that we're adopting out. You guys want to save all these cocker spaniels and stuff that bite. I don't give a fuck. I would say personally, I didn't give a fuck. If the dog was friendly, I would give it a chance. I would adopt it out. I don't give a fuck. If a dog bite. I don't give a fuck what breed it was. Put him to sleep. You know what I mean? So that's euthanize him. You know what I mean? Like they got the main side, they got into a big lawsuit. That's another thing. They fucking adopted a dog that was crazy as hell. Real shit here. They adopted a dog out that came in for biting. And another thing, guys, I was working at the Union shelter, and the driver Mike came in. This is real shit I'm telling y'all right here. This is a big loss. This shit was all on the paper. You guys look it up for yourself. Mike came to got me. Went to the town of North Plain, which is a town we didn't even service, and everybody's outside. It was a real nice neighborhood. Everyone's outside crying. The dog name was Zeus. So I asked the lady. The lady face looked like somebody had a black mark and just drawing it. It was stitches though, like a fucking zipper in her face. I asked her what happened. She said she was asleep, thought she was dreaming, and she felt her face wet. The dog started eating the woman's face when she was asleep. The dog was probably it was a Doberman Pigeon, probably about a year and a half old. So me and Mike go in the basement. I'm trying to fuck up they are. Me and Mike go in the basement to get the dog. I got the pole. Mike got the shield. We going back and forth like a dynamic duo to get the dog. Dog got that wagging his tail. Bring the motherfucker out like ain't nothing happened. Like damn. So the lady paid. Now normally by state law, I know I'm talking loud. Just follow me though. By law, if the dog bites anything for rabies, this shit's I call it observation. You got to quarantine the animal for 10 days. If it don't show any signs of rabies, you put it. The only way they test for rabies, you got to take the head off and send it to treatment for testing. They test the brain. But if the dog starts, acting all funny or fucked up in 10 days, they will put it to sleep and send the head for testing to treatment for rabies. Now, with that being said, the woman then automatically, if you turn the dog in for observation, it was released, you can pay the euthanasia fee and send the head for testing. The woman didn't want the dog's head removed, so she paid for us to pick it up. Mind you, it's not a town that we even service. Paid us to pick the dog up. We shouldn't have been in North Plainville. Paid us to pick the dog up, paid for the euthanasia fee, paid for the 10 days observation. What did the Humane Society do? The boss, Roseanne Trezor, remember that name? She just fucking kept all this lady's money, took the dog upstairs and put him up for adoption after a while. They adopted the dog out. Lady went to cut the dogs down. The dog bit the lady, started and killed her. Big lawsuit behind that shit. Remember, when the name Roseanne Trezor. Again, like I said, I would take all. So I showed them in the midst, looking at all the dogs that we adopt out, this, that, and the other. So boom, all right, boom, I cleared that. So it was okay for me to, keep some of these dogs. And like I said, it was one dog. We got another famous case. The guy came in and said, "Man, I forgot my friend gave me a dog before he died. The dog may be dead." So his friend got killed one night and gave him a dog a couple days prior. Left the dog in the abandoned apartment a month and a half. I get the dog was barely. I thought the dog was there. I shined a light on the motherfucker, looked up and wagged his tail. Took the dog down to Humane Society, fattened him up. Nice, friendly fucking dog, Fucking went to mutton, had no food, no water. Fucking, Pit Bull's a mother strong dog, man. Got the dog. The dog name was Smokey Joe. That was his name. Adopted him out. He went down to Bordentown, some shit like that. Like I said, I've saved a lot of dogs. But anyway, make a long story short. So now I got this promotion. I'm working in Tinton Falls. Now, if you guys don't know, I had it came. I got shot a few times. My back was fucked up. My legs used to go numb. Now, I started what you call pain management and all that shit. You see, I got all this shit here. So I will leave half my medication at work, leave half home. Now, I say that to say this. I've never been one to get high or drink. That's never been my thing. I'm not knocking those that do. That's never been my thing. You know what I mean? Look, my parents was addicts, and it's nothing that, that's something that I was just wanted to be the biggest drug in the world. I never smoked weed, and any motherfuckers that know me can contest that. Like, I've never been a drinker, none of that shit. So, make a long story short again. So, I got a promotion. Now, I noticed that I would leave my medication at work would go missing. Now, again, this woman, her name was Stacy Welsler. I called the director, again, Roseanne Trezor. Now, Stacy was Roseanne's pet. You know what I mean? That was her favorite employee in Tinton Falls, And I was telling Roseanne, like, listen, I think Stacy is stealing. Now, like I said, this is something I ever experienced racism in my life. Know what Roseanne told me, right? Now, I'm the director, I'm the boss. I'm the boss of all bosses down there. I'm telling, listen to the employee, listen to Roseanne, I think this woman is stealing, I always believed in dot my I's and cross my T's. I know Roseanne had a thing for her. But so she told me, she said to me, "You don't have any proof." Now, again, I did. But just that when she worked in the office alone on Sunday, when I go make the bank deposits on Monday, the ship was always short. It was always short. Anytime she did with a cash transaction, money always came up short. So I said, you know what, fine. But I said, fine. They, if they want to turn a blind eye to this shit. But one time, like I said, I came in, I had about $800 in cash. I went to the ATM, had it in my drawer. I used to jog on my lunch break. I came back from my lunch break, my money was missing. So again, I called, said, so what they did was, Scott's a piece of shit too. Remember that name, Scott. So I called and I listened. So, I said, listen here, my things are going missing down here. I would like to have a camera installed in my office. They gave me, oh, we got to spend money for a camera. You should leave the stuff at home. I should leave my, like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, you're right. You should be able to come to work if you have something in your pocketbook. It should be there when you tell me you leave. Mine, I had my own office. No one had any reason to go in my office, any reason whatsoever. You know what I mean? Boom. She sent Scott down into the main to Temple. Said, "Listen, Roseanne said, leave it alone. She will fight for Stacy, like she fought for me and those pit bulls in North. I never stole anything from anybody, but I said, okay, fine. This is how they play it. Let me dot my I's and cross my T's. So I had the camera installed in my office on a Thursday. Friday morning, I go to the bank. Who do I catch in my office stealing? Stacy Walker. According to Humane Society, this is the Associated Humane Society. According to the Associated Humane Society, theft is for case for automatic dismissal. Roseanne did not let me fire that girl until about a month and a half later. And the reason why she got fired because it was something she with a dog. She stole a dog, and the dog ended up biting somebody, something along those lines. So they told me to fire her up, write her up a month and a half, about 6 weeks later, to write her up and fire her and use the fact that she stole prescription medication from me. Boom. Check this shit out right here. So Stacy turns and spends a letter, said I'm down there. So all these letters started coming in about my behavior, that I'm being fresh with women in the office. I'm taking, mind you, I'm not from Tinton Falls. I'm from North. I'm taking long lunch periods. I don't know anybody down here. I don't have where to go. I would just take a jog for an hour on my lunch break and come right back. They said I'm doing everything down there, you know what I mean? Like, mind you, we got cameras all around it, but they said I'm wearing flip-flops and I'm wearing open-toe slippers to work. Now, mind you, I work in animal shelters. Very, very, very dirty. And we clean our best to clean, but pissing shit, you know what I mean? I'm not that type of dude. I don't want any feces to piss on my feet. But I'm wearing slippers and all this shit to work. Right? And mind you, there's cameras all in the building. So every week they got me to meet. Yeah, they said you're doing this. So what you do, Raj, you can go back and check these cameras, right? You know. So then they said, I'm in my office sleep all day. Mind, I got a camera in my office. I'm in my office sleep all day in my office getting high. Mind you, we know, that's another thing. Getting high on the job is cause for automatic dismissal. So, I said, yeah, you can guys give me any drug test that you like. Fine, I don't have a problem with that. I go to the doctor once a month. I get injections in my back because I have a disability like this some real shit. Like my legs will go numb. And like I said, at the Humane Society back then, when I was supervisor, I had to clean the E room. The E rooms would be clean, throw the dead bodies, whether it be dead, and all that shit. That also fucked up my back too. But it is what it is. I'm a team player. So boom, right? So when I told you the woman went in my office and stole my prescription? Roseanne had the nerve to say that I told that woman to go in my office and to steal my things, to catch it on tape. This is crazy type of game. So they called me on my deal with the son. They says, Zaire, yeah, we're gonna lay you off because we getting too many claims that you're being, getting high and I'm being fresh with the ladies in the office. So I'm in the process of trying to sue them now. Like I said, well, they said, in New Jersey they don't have to have a reason to fire you. It is what it is, regardless if you've been written up or not. But they're saying that I've had a drug. Like it's crazy as hell, with no proof and any shit. But it is what it is. But like I said, racism is sad to say that racism still exists in this world. Hey, I lost my job making $65,000 a year just by the color of my skin. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, like I said, it is. Like I said, God blessed me to find that job. It is, but I'm okay. Fine. I don't need to work another day again in my life, and I still will be okay financially. Neither shit. It's neither here nor there, but it is what it is. I'm okay. Bought 2 PCs. Got any. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Probably I have more money now than I did back then. And it's not. I'm not. It's not like I don't see a lot of stuff that's going on, but it's not that I'm okay financially. But it's sad to say this is the world that we live in, and shit like this still exists. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. I had to give you. I give you a little piece, a little bit that was going on with me. I know you guys seen me working at the show. That was the same job there. Very good at it. It's the only job I've ever had in my life. You talking to a street dude. You know what I mean? Here I'm holding a meeting, discussing deals, brokering shit for animal control contracts for the town. You know what I mean? This street dude. Like my grandma was so proud of me. Like you know what I mean? Like my grandma she said, "Man, I can done peace. You finally got yourself together. I ain't in the street shit no more. And this that is what it is, but." It is what it is. Like I said, it's your boy Next Gen 720, and it's sad to say the NBA needs to get rid of this man here. He needs to lose his team. I don't know how they can go about that doing legally. I know they took a team from a baseball owner in the MLB. I forgot. I don't know what he did. I'm not a big baseball, but they took a team from him because it's something that he did. But they need to get rid of this guy. And Roseanne Trezor, she needs to go also, man. Sad to say, man. Fucked up, man. It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm out of here, man. Put an end to racism.